Again. So my testimony is basically about, I'll call it the journey of my rebirth. I'll title it that, Journey of My Rebirth. My name is Kemi Oni. I am a lover of Jesus, a disciple of Jesus, and I serve in the banking industry. I've been in the banking industry for 15 years now. I'm very proud about that because God has it's been a journey of day by day, one step of faith after the other, and God has seen me through 15 years. Praise the Lord. I've always been a Christian, so I gave my life to Christ very intentionally before I was 10. Our house, we lived in VI, so we usually had extended family members come to stay with us. So at one of those times we had an uncle of mine that was a lawyer. So I used to follow him for fellowship, and one of the fellowships at Christian Lawyers Fellowships at law school, I gave my life. Very vibrant for Christ, very happy, just ready to go to heaven. The joy you feel when you give your life to Christ. So I grew mostly, first of all, at a house fellowship that was beside my house. We lived at Idejo Street. It was a house fellowship beside my house. Next, my neighbor's house fellowship that we used to go every week, so I got some growth there. Then we had another church in Federal Palace we used to go until Fountain came to very close by, and we started attending. So my journey with God was more of everything I needed. God always did for me. It was more of a very good relationship. I'm the kind of person that likes to set goals, and once I set those goals, so everything gets done. Did very well in school. All of those kind of people that used to be. My school was quite tough. We were very many, but I was always top 10 in class, always shooting out the lights. Finished university at 21, got a job almost immediately. Everything was just going very fine, and I believe that it was because I was a child of God, and everything I prayed for, God did for me. Every time I felt ill, God would always do something, heal me. Everything was just going very fine. But I had asked God, or I just thought that it was just normal for a young lady to reach a certain age and get married. It wasn't something that was an issue for me, and I prayed about it most times, and I just felt it was something that was normal. But I'm at a time in my life when all my friends have more or less forgotten about childbearing, and I'm still single. So for me, that was like that has been like, God, why? God, when? God, am I not good enough? Because for women, we like to get married, we like to have children. It's part of who we are. It's just a part of how God made us. So I just felt that, God, why would you allow me be such a good person? Because anybody that knows me, I'm just not a controversial person. I'm just in my own lane, doing my own thing, living my own life. If you come around, I'm with you. If you're not my friend, you're not my friend. I'm just in my own lane. But for me, that has been a point of asking God, knowing God in a different way, because we like when God does what we want. So when God doesn't do what we want, we tend to ask that, God, is it that I have sinned? So sometimes you feel that you have to do something extra for God to accept you as enough and all of that. Anyways, especially in the last 6 years, it's been a journey of knowing God in a different way when God doesn't do what you want because of his own plan. So like I said, I got born again early. So I guess when you just get born again, God shows you that part of him where he does what you want. And then he now shows you a part where he wants you to follow his plan. So like I said, I've never really lived a challenging life. We were not rich, we were not poor, but I just never missed anything. So I believe that for me, in this journey of knowing God, I've had to go deeper into God, because before it was more of pray, get what you want. But once you get older, you get more aware, you get to see what you want, you get to see other people do well, you also want to do well. And I've been in an industry, I'm very busy, yes, the money is there, but you also want other things to help you heal from all the busyness of all day. I work from maybe 8 a.m. till about 6 p.m. Monday to Fridays. You just want to come back and be happy. But what I've learned in these years of searching for a spouse, searching for more meaning out of life, is that, and it is something that we adults tend to do consciously or unconsciously, God is a jealous God. God doesn't want anything or anyone to replace who he is in our lives. God wants to be number one. So for me, it's been a journey of coming out of the soul realm, because the soul is where the sense is. The soul is where the emotions are. A lot of times the devil toys with our souls. He wants us to think, and then women my age are going into artificial insemination, because there's always a solution for every problem that you see, and if you are not in the spirit, you think that solution is from God. So a lot of women go to be second wives, third wives, side chicks, just because they want to have children. Like I said, women love to have children. A lot of women that don't want a relationship go into artificial insemination. A lot of women take all other means, sometimes just to have a child for someone. A lot of women see someone that cannot husband them, and they know, and they go into the relationship. I don't judge anybody, but what I'll say is, if you don't get into the spirit, no matter what you are dealing with, you will not be able to find the mind of God. So what has helped me is to constantly dwell in the presence of God. I live a fasted life. That's what has helped me, because if I move into the realm of the soul, my emotions will take the better part. My mind will push me into different suggestions, and I didn't even find myself in a place where I was just single and maybe being taken care of. I found myself single and responsible for people as though I was a married person. So if I wasn't in the right church, I found myself in a place where it would seem as if those people I'm taking care of are the ones blocking my way from getting married. If I had a prophet that would tell me that at a certain time in my life, I would have believed, because it was what was happening around me. So getting into the spirit allows you to come out of the soul realm, no matter what you're going through, because like I said, in the soul is where your mind is. In the soul is where you read meanings to what people do. So somebody can tell me something and I come out, okay, just like when there was a time I left my house because I just needed to have more clarity. There was a time I got back to my house, like my family house, to settle back in. And then there will be some things that I would think in my head, and then maybe, for example, you have I'm almost 40. My mother is the mother of the house. There are some things I would want to do. There are some things she would have her own way of doing. So maybe my mind is thinking something and she does that same thing. You would think that that's a confirmation that she's the one behind your problem, in quotes, because that's how the soul realm works. So you can't, and I dare say a lot of Christians flow in that realm. If you don't get into the spirit, you will not know that God has planned your life and he knows what he is doing. So for me, staying in the spirit realm by spending more time with God has helped me to have more understanding, and God has taught me that a life of faith is a life where you accept where you are at and celebrate where you are at. It shows that you trust God, that he knows what he is doing, and you see God as God, not yourself as God. Like I said, in the soul realm, you are almost as God, because you just want to do what you want to. And I'm the kind of person, like I said, I'm an intelligent person. Everything I want to do before this time of my journey with God, everything I want to achieve, I will achieve it. There was a time that I just wanted to travel, and I had my money. Like I said, I've been working in the bank industry for 15 years. There was a time I just had my money, I just buy my tickets and I'll travel. What am I going to do? Just roam about and shop. I roam about, I'll do videos, I'll take pictures, I'll shop, and I'll come back. That was how I was living my life, because I could. But coming more into the spirit, I cannot do that again, because before I even spend money now, God has to allow me to spend the money, because I'm more of a, and what that has done for me is that I found healing in God, because human beings tend to find healing in different things. Then I'll find healing I'll travel, I'll look up from the aircraft down. For me, that was just life. That's what I like to do. I love traveling, I love adventure. And I will think that is healing for me, but there's still a void that's left to be filled. So for me, I find more healing in no longer in shopping or in traveling or in doing what I like, but in the presence of God. That has helped me to be whole even while I'm single. Because like I said, we women, we love to have a family, we love to have children, we love when we're 40 and we have our children by our side, we have our husband by our side, we have someone to take care of us, we have people to take care of. A lot of times, not even because we want to have someone spend money on us, we want to take care of people. God put it in us, but God had me not have that for his own reason, for his own purpose. And like I said, being in the spirit has helped me not to see anyone as my problem, or not to think I have a problem, but just to see that this is God's plan and flow with God's plan. Because if I delve into the soul realm or whatever, I would make wrong choices, make decisions out of desperation, live a sad life. Right now, I'm a very happy person. I'm no longer anxious. I'm no longer depressed. I'm not even looking for a husband. I'm looking for God, and God does things for me at His time. Thank you.